Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Clashing Conferences Basketball Edition. Oh, I'm excited. We have so many things going on tonight. Number one, Michael's not here, which means I'm in charge. Oh, it's going to be great. Number two, we have a guest. We have a special guest tonight. We will get to that in 1 minute. But again, I'm loving the amount of guests that we're having on our show. And number three, ladies and gentlemen, it's our Knickerbocker penance episode. All of our Knickerbocker fans get to come on because they were all so uppity and they missed last week's episode. Boys, how you doing?
It
Hi.
wasn't because we're uppity. All right, we were busy watching our team in the conference final. I know
Yeah.
you weren't used to that this year, but at least Chris and I got to enjoy the conference final last week. So sorry we missed the show.
Oh la la. Sorry, Mr. Fancy Pen.
And all this chirping like it's over. I mean, I know it's like 0-32 to be 3-1, lose 0-2 at home or whatever, but it's not over till you lose 4 games, buddy.
That's
not
true.
over yet.
That's true.
It's the 4.
That's
Celtics
true.
not lose 4, right? They lost 4, I believe, to the Knicks a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Sure. They did.
He can definitely count the 4 because he counted 4 losses to us. Yeah,
For sure. For sure.
The only 4 losses of the year, by the way, if I'm not mistaken.
For sure.
But,
Okay.
Boys, just remember, the name of the game is the belt at the end. And if you don't get it, you can talk all the crap you want because it don't matter. It won't matter. But anyways, we'll get to that in a minute because we have sponsors. And I know you guys are uppity, but so am I. So let's talk about our sponsors real quick. Hey, who's been getting their haircut lately? Juice, I know you're a barber, but if you were going to refer someone to a barber, who would you send them to?
Sparrow Hair Studio.
Sparrow Hair Studio, that is correct.
There you go.
Lancaster,
Ding, ding,
PA.
ding.
And if you go to Sparrow Hair Studio, you should go see Lean, and she will take care of you. Now, again, with all of the guys that we have under our umbrella, somebody's got to be going there to get their haircut. So make sure that when you go there, you let her know you get a discount. So again, Sparrow Hair Studio, go see Lean. Tell them that Matt sent you. Wait, who's Matt? I'm Rick. Anyways, next, if you need a 3D height chain, who do you go see? Topher, where's yours?
It's in the car.
Oh my God.
It's in the car.
Golly.
I left it in Indiana. I left it in Indiana, but if I was going to have it and show it, I would call Lotwin and I would order a chain.
There you go.
I got a really cool chain. Content manager, maybe throw it up during the pod. It is a really dope chain.
That's what I was going to say. To make up for the fact you don't have it right now, tell the folks at home, if you were to go to Lotwin to get a custom 3D chain, tell them about it. Well, how is it? How's it holding up? All that.
Easy. I was very impressed. Like I didn't even really I never really seen Lewis's in person, and I thought it was going to be like I didn't know what to expect. It's an awesome chain, man. I love it. I'm gonna order a Giants one. I'm 100% satisfied.
Awesome. So there you go, Lotwin, and they won't make you spell their name. All right, boys, we have a guest tonight. We're gonna show our respect, our manners. Are we gonna be proper?
Yeah, we'll be proper.
Okay. Keep your eye on Karan. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have Matt in the house. Now, again, don't forget, I am Rick Ramon. I am not mild-mannered Matt, but this is our guest, Matt, and our guest, Matt, is from FlipSeats. So, again, Matt Zohn from FlipSeats. Matt, thank you for coming on tonight. Excited to have you here. Talk to us a little bit about why you're here, what you're doing, and what you do at FlipSeats.
Awesome. Thanks, Rick. Yeah, I appreciate you guys letting me crash. Yeah, just a little bit about me. I'm born and raised Bulls fan. Grew up in the 90s. So I have like this like sort of morphed reality of what like championships look like. Like the Bulls have sort of ruined my whole perspective on like basketball and sports. I just thought that's how it was going to be my whole life. Little did I know we have like a decade of incompetence and playing games only. So it's going to be fun to hear the Knicks fans at least
Guys,
talk a little bit about what it's like to win again.
Barf.
But yeah, I'm here representing FlipSeats, which I thought would be a perfect fit for what you guys are doing. This is, a diehard fan podcast. FlipSeats is made for diehard fans. Well, we're in the secondary ticketing industry, so we help season ticket holders get rid of the inventory that they can't use for games. Traditionally, if you're buying on Ticketmaster, sometimes AXS, you're having to sell to a single marketplace. So if you list on Ticketmaster, it goes right back on Ticketmaster resale. sometimes you'll go to SeatGeek or StubHub, but you have one marketplace that you're going to, and at maximum, you're getting somewhere between 30 and 40% of the potential buyers. What FlipSeats does is it lets you sell like a sort of high-end broker does, where they broadcast the tickets to all 14 of the major marketplaces. It's really close to 2,000. There's many white labeled like regional ones that sort of spin off of two of the major marketplaces, but FlipSeats lets you broadcast to all 14 marketplaces. Doesn't charge you any more than one of those traditional marketplaces would, and then you get to all the fans. So our users end up selling like 10 to 20% higher than they would if they were just on a single marketplace. And it's really made for season ticket holders too. Some of those sites are made kind of for a single game if you bought too many and you wanted to get rid of one. This is like you can manage all your inventory in one app. You can take multiple actions very quickly. We also have pro pricers, guys that have been brokers, that have been salespeople for the teams, that can help sort of manage your inventory, make sure you get the most out of your investment. So thought you guys would like it. I love talking sports, so yeah, it was a perfect fit for me.
So I have a question, Matt. If and when the Knicks make it to the finals and play either Oklahoma City or Minnesota, do I go to FlipSeats to try to get tickets if I want to visit that appropriate town?
So it's sell side only. So if you
Good
have
question.
tickets,
Good question, sir.
yeah, I appreciate the flip there, but yeah, sell side only. So if you owned seats and you were trying to sell them, it'd be the absolute best place to do it. And then those seats that are listed on there, you could get on any marketplace, whatever's on your home screen when you're looking for seats, you'll see that inventory there. So I think long term, the play is we want to be like the de facto marketplace for season ticket holders. So it'd be buy and sell side, but right now we're just sort of building up the inventory so you can list like you're a pro.
Got it.
Awesome.
So, as a Bulls fan, what is your take on a one Knickerbocker or Dirty New York Knick team?
Listen, Tibbs was the last.
Ready, Rick.
Tibbs was the last sort of relevant team. He built the last relevant team. So between the four that are left, I'm probably most partial to the Knicks fan, which sounds blasphemous coming from the second city.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like sort of the thing that he does, man. He plays these guys hard. He's got his guys. Jalen Brunson's actually also from my conference too. He grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, much younger than me. But yeah, I'm pulling for the Knicks fans to be honest. But yeah, this series is looking tough.
One of my best friends, Corey, who's also in the Discord. He's also on the Sports Fan Network. He don't get on as much, but that's who we went to Chicago with. Diehard Bulls fan. Grew up with him. Love Michael Jordan because of that time. Me and him were talking the other night, and I'm like, look, they may hate on him all you want. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals. Back-to-back 50 game seasons. First time we've had that in a long time. Almost every single team in the playoffs right now got guys that played under Tibbs in New York, and they're playing their best basketball they ever played, got the biggest contracts they ever had, and they're all still in the playoffs. And I loved what you just said. The last time you were relevant is when you had Tibbs. Like, Corey gets mad and says that's the reason why Rose is hurt. Rose followed him. Rose came to New York, and I think that's why Jalen Brunson's what he is today. I think that was the plan. I think that's how Jalen Brunson plays. He kind of plays the way Rose played back then.
Oh, you wait. Oh, you wait.
I'm like, I don't get it. And everybody says, oh, he runs them to the ground and they're all hurt. We're like one of the healthiest teams in the playoffs, right? Like they did.
How about this?
They did.
Wait
a minute. The other night they got banged up.
I heard all this last year. I want to hear what just happened recently. You guys are down 3-1. You should have got swept. You should have got swept and you didn't. But you guys love being down 20 points. You're 3-0 when you go down 20. I don't understand it.
Hey,
you should have been
we could have won. We could have won game one. We lost that game and. So what? You want my take? I mean, my take all year was Eastern Conference Finals.
In the series, you beat us. You beat Boston. We know.
We did.
We covered
it.
We
did beat you.
We were here last week. Tell me about it.
Oh, you want to know what happened? Yeah, we beat you.
We shouldn't have gotten swept. That's
we
not.
should not. It's a terrible.
No way. At best, the series should be 2-2. But a fluke thing happened in game one, and we lost. So. We should not have gotten swept. There's no that's
not in game 3.
I'm confused on what you were asking me. You want me to talk about us beating you, or you want me to talk where we're at with Indiana?
Talk about Indiana because you weren't here last week, so we talked about that already. We talked about us losing to you. We did it. It happened.
Damn, I missed that.
No crap. No crap. Senor.
So Karan, do you want to go or do you want me to go? Like, I can give you my take on this.
Fine. I mean, there was a lot of things that went wrong in game one for us to blow that game. It is what it is. It's reality. Aaron Nesmith got as hot as you could possibly get in an NBA game. We made some stupid turnovers. We missed critical free throws, and we lost the game. I think the series should be 2-2, but it's not. It's 3-1. We legitimately lost game 2 at home, and we legitimately lost last night because of sloppy play, turnovers, missed shots, couldn't play defense, all the above. Whether it's tired, we're at like the 100-game point of the season. The bottom line is we're one of the final 4 teams left. We're 3 wins away from the NBA Finals. That is reality. That is the closest we have been since 2000. So, yes, are we enjoying it? Chris and I, you better believe we're enjoying it.
Loving every freaking second of it, baby.
But, it's going to sting if and when they lose.
They're really having a blast right now. They look like they're about to all eat each other.
It's just, I mean, because we're down 3-1, we're not happy. Like, what do you want us to do? You want us to jump into this?
As soon as we're down 3-1, everyone in the chat like, oh, Knicks fans, Brunson this, Tibbs that, no defense this. But I mean, we beat up a Detroit team, physical as hell. We beat up the defending champion Celtics. You want to call it whatever it is, injuries. I mean, every excuse in the book was thrown at us.
Dude, they were healthy until that third game.
Hey,
I don't even want to hear that garbage. I don't even want to hear that garbage.
Hey, hold on, because guess what? Old Rick Ramon learned how to screen record on YouTube, so best believe he's going to be going back and getting some clips from last year where we can listen to the Knicks fans go, injuries! So hold on. So again, to recap.
And you had your full squad until game 3.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Hauser sucks. Porzingis is out all year.
Hold on.
Brown played absolutely fine.
Whoa, hold on.
And you guys got smoked at home the first 2 games.
Hey, this ain't marriage counseling. Let me talk. Here we go. Number 1, we had Drew Holiday out for almost the entire first round with a hamstring injury. We had Jaylen Brown with a torn meniscus. With a torn meniscus that he played through. We had Jason Tatum, torn Achilles, injured wrist. We had
series was already over when Tatum got hurt.
15 or whatever that was. I don't know. Right? But you're telling me that they weren't injured. Sam Hauser, sprained ankle. No?
All right,
hold on.
How much did Porzingis play last year in the playoffs? You said it yourself. He's always out.
I know.
Exactly. So you basically had your team. Hauser ain't nobody. You even said it yourself. You can get rid of him any day of the week.
I'll give you the Holiday hamstring. Okay, fine. And I'll give you Tatum's injury at the end of game 5 or whatever it was.
As soon as that
Brown torn the
that game was over. That game was over.
I don't give you the Brown injury because you can't come out after the series is over, after you guys have lost, and then they say, well, he was playing with a torn meniscus. He played every single game, and he played 40 minutes a game.
He sat a game in the first round. What are you talking about? He was injured.
It had nothing to do with our series. It had nothing to do with our series.
It's unfortunate.
Oh, you guys are so screwed.
It's unfortunate with anybody's injuries.
Juice,
but
help me out.
In reality,
help me out.
No, I mean, I really don't have. I'm not gonna lie, Rick. I don't got to help for you. But it's unfortunate.
He's the king of injuries. Get the hell out of here. What are you talking about?
I know. That's why I'm sitting over here quiet.
He played all 6 games and played significant in every game in that series. And then the team lost, and it's like, oh, well, he had a bum knee. Well, ain't that convenient? Because that happened with LeBron James earlier in the year, too. He got hurt, and the Lakers lost in 5 games, and he was limping around after the game was over.
All Topher did was beat that drum last year. Injuries.
He was limping around. Oh, I got a torn meniscus.
They were major, like, season. The guys never came back. Randall didn't play at all. OG, once he pulled his hamstring, done. Josh Hart, abdominal.
He
plays 44, 46 minutes, and he's gone.
Got it.
Jalen Brunson had a
that's
like
this series. I'll give you an example. That's like this series. If we lose to Indy tomorrow, Saturday, Game 7, and then it comes out that, Towns is playing with an effed up knee or Brunson is playing with a sprained foot, I would discredit it. You played the whole series. He didn't miss any games. Jaylen Brown did not miss a game against the Knicks. So I don't want to hear after the series is over, well, he played with a bum knee, and
So
that's
that
why
And
they
means-
lost.
Porzingis probably played more against us than he played any of the other series.
Listen,
Like
Porzingis has played about one more game than all of us have in the NBA recently combined. So again, the man's
that's-
track record
I'll
ain't
give
that
you,
great.
yeah, again,
right. So you can't. That's like Juice crying about Embiid. You can't because you know that's what you get.
Oh,
Like that's
so
your
wait,
fault
so
for signing into that
Karan's-
contract. Our
Karan's
guys played
camp is-
44 minutes. When you take our guys out, it's a big thing. It's a big difference.
But in reality, no matter how you look at it, we all know injuries are a part. Like I think
100%.
as much as I don't really, I'm not saying I'm bang with him because I do like Draymond, but Draymond even said it. He was like, it doesn't matter who's healthy or not. Like you line up whatever team is out there.
if
You
you're
just
playing,
roll out the ball.
like,
You're playing. That's it.
you're
That's
playing,
what
you're
it
playing.
is.
And
You
Jalen
took
Brown
the L.
played the whole series, so
Yeah.
it's convenient afterwards to say, "Well, I had a bum knee, and that's why the Celtics did that." Like, sorry, that's to me, and I'm saying this with all the other guys in the league. That's an excuse. Okay,
So that means that at the end of the series, no matter what injury report comes out about your team,
if it
good
comes
or
out
bad,
that Brunson, yeah, he played. Like, if Towns don't play tomorrow because he hurt his knee last night, it's a different story because he actually looks like he hurt his knee last night. And if he doesn't play, that's something.
You
But if he plays
heard
tomorrow,
what Tib said.
and
He
we
got
lose-
back in and everything looks all right. I'm playing him.
I mean, if
He
he
got
plays
back in the
tomorrow,
game.
we lose, and then it comes out, well, he had this, he had that, but he plays 35, 40 minutes,
Hey,
that's on us.
'Cause that's
You
how
Isn't
know,
that the look? It's
it's
like the
on the
LeBron
recording.
special every year. Doesn't
That's
LeBron
how-
come out every
It
year? at the end
happened
of the
this
season?
year. It happened with LeBron this year. The
Yeah.
Lakers lost in 5, and after the game, he was limping around post game, and it was like, well, even if the Lakers won, he was not going to play because he had a sprained meniscus.
and then how about that video you sent me this
Yeah.
afternoon?
Dancing
So,
around. Yeah.
They got a
A couple years
video of
ago,
it.
they lost, and I think he put on a fake cast on his wrist and said, "I've been playing with a broken hand for 3 games," and that's why they lost the finals.
And since
I
we're
mean,
and since we're cashing in receipts, what we were reading before the Discord, they're talking about Brunson like as the primary defender, giving up like 68%. Like he's a bad defender, but they're saying he's not a superstar because he's a bad defender. If he can score 60 points but gives up 60, it doesn't mean anything. Well, I disagree because Luka don't play defense, and we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, so it obviously means something. And they got beaten 5, so I'll take Jalen Brunson all day. Like I think
the
he's
only
a superstar.
difference is
I think he's a superstar.
between the two of them. I mean, if you're going to point out Luca, you're 1,000% right. We all know Luca can't guard a wet paper bag.
Carmelo
it
Anthony
is
didn't
what it
play
is.
basketball. He didn't play D, but he's a superstar.
Carmelo
Jalen-
wasn't as bad as either one.
No, but if Jalen Brunson would happen to win the title this year or next year, he's the best Nick we ever had.
I mean, too bad it's not going to happen this year because they're losing tomorrow. It's
And
over.
They might, Juice. They might, but they might not. They could have. They were in every
Say
single
that with a
game.
lot of confidence.
Anybody could have won.
I think it's a wrap. Like it is no shade. You guys know, like, and I obviously being the Sixers fan the only Sixers fan on the night. You guys know, I try not to throw shade at either squad. We're out of it. That's why half the time I'm on here, I'm quiet until something sparks me. But
Tell your fellow brethren in the
it-
Discord that are Sixer fans that don't shut up about it. The fact that their Sixers are in there.
Listen,
too.
I'm not saying we're winning the series. I'm not saying we're not going to win tomorrow. I mean, we can still win tomorrow night. It doesn't mean the series is over. If your cat's hurt, then we probably won't win tomorrow night. But if he's playing, like Kron said, there's no excuse. Go out and play. But if he's not 100%, I mean, the odds are we're not going to win that game. But the odds are we're not going to win the series. But I'm not saying we're done yet. Like, that's why my name tonight, Nixon.
yeah, you're a fan. You can't say you're done.
Yeah, I'm not. No, it's not. You're not done until you lose the 4th game.
done.
I'll say it for you. The fat lady is singing tomorrow night.
I hope not.
Right.
Yeah, baby.
And you know, if I gotta eat my word, I eat it. I ain't got no problem taking the L on the chest.
I had no
But the way
problem
it's
either.
looking,
Yeah,
I think it's a wrap.
and that's how I finished the Discord. I said the playoffs been so unpredictable. We might have them right where we want them, and that's a joke. That's a joke. But hey,
So
Matt-
are you guys?
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
I wanted to ask you, as a Bulls fan, what are you hoping, again, if you could wave a magic wand and you were in charge of things, like, what would you do to your team right now to make it better?
It's so hard, man. I mean, they've had to blow it up for years, and they won't pull the trigger. It uh, they're so short-sighted in the way they think about this team and filling that stadium. And I honestly, you try not to blame the fans too much, but we keep showing up. It's the same reason the Cubs lost for 110 years.
Yeah.
Especially in the winter, there's not much to do. The Blackhawks and Bulls don't have huge incentive to blow it up, have a few bad years, and then start it over. Give the Blackhawks credit, they did, but the Bulls, for whatever reason, Reinsdorf can't figure it out. And I was pumped about AK too. I thought that was a good sign, but it looks like Denver's unraveled now too. He might not be the guy, and I don't know if they're gonna do a reset. It looks like they're gonna give him at least one more year to try and figure it out. But yeah, it's tough watching. I live a mile and a half from the stadium. Didn't go to a single game this year. There was no reason to watch this team until the end of the year. But then it was no one else was really playing, and so yeah, it's tough sledding for the Bulls right now.
What do you think about the rookie you have, and then Kobe White? I can't remember the kid's name, but he was in, I think, mid to end first round last year.
Yeah, he's nice. It's we've drafted a nice European every other year. Can he take the step with us? As soon as they leave the Bulls, they'll go have their All-Star season. But yeah, I think this kid's nice. I think I think he has the body to be a two-way. He's already shown some competency and efficiency on offense. So I think he's going to grow into a nice talent for us. I think in a down draft, I think that was actually a good pick. But we've made a lot of good picks, and we just can't put it together, and we haven't done what we need to do to sort of take the next step.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are the Sixers. You guys are like snake bitten to the. You either pick someone and they get sucked into a vortex, or they get injured, or I don't know. But ever since Mike left, you guys have had the Maloik.
Yeah. But at least the Sixers had the cojones to do the process. They did what they needed to do to attempt it.
The process has been. I'm gonna be real. The process has been the most depressing time of my life, because we start the process, and I know I've said this. I've been on this podcast now for a couple months. We started the process by trading Drew Holiday after his first All-Star season. What has that gotten us?
Yeah.
Drew has been this entire time since he left. I'll say even up until this season, I guess, because of injury, he has been arguably the best, if not top three two-way players in the league the entire time he's been gone from here. The crazy year down in New Orleans, it was him and Rondo and AD, and obviously winning the chip with the Bucks, winning with the Celtics last year.
About that.
He's been a monster, and they've made bad. I just had this conversation yesterday, talking about the bad picks in a row that happened. So of course we know they picked Joel. Then you picked Ben Simmons. Then you go. I'm sorry, no, backtrack. Let me backtrack. I'm bugging. It was Nerlens Noel, Joel, Ben Simmons, and then
Okafor too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okafor, that's the one I'm missing. Yeah. And now, honestly, I will say, in Okafor's defense, it was just the wrong. It was the wrong era. Okafor, and we already had three bigs. Why did we go get him?
I thought Okafor was going to go to the Knicks that year, because the Knicks had the fourth pick that year, and I remember the Sixers had all those bigs. And I remember Towns went 1 to Minnesota, and I think Russell went to the Lakers, and then I wanted Okafor at 4.
Right.
But
and we took him at 3.
Really stole him, and then we got Porzingis.
Yeah.
Can I ask you again? The process, I think looking back, we can all agree the process is like your dad saying that he's going to build a new house, and then you look outside and you just see a bunch of cardboard laying on the ground all wet. You're like, wow, that's really great, Dad. So with that said, looking
Dang.
back, right, Knicks fans, I'm asking you specifically, if you were to
There we
take the process and give a synopsis of it, what would your take of it be?
Philly's process or
Yeah,
our own?
in a sentence or so, of all the success that they had during the process, how would you
What
grasp that up in a
success?
nutshell?
I
We're
wouldn't.
trash.
I
We
wouldn't.
still suck.
Hold on, there's a point. There's a point here, Juice.
I
Go ahead, Karan. My
I
bad.
wouldn't say that it's. Sorry, Juice. I mean, I respect you. I wouldn't say it's been a success. It's not something I'd want to go through.
Oh,
as a
Juice,
Knicks
yeah,
fan.
yeah. He's agreeing with
I
you.
mean, unfortunately, we almost went through that by accident because the Knicks were terrible and that the Sixers were trying to be bad. The Knicks were actually trying to be good and were bad during that time. And we just couldn't draft anybody right. With Ntilikina and Knox and all those guys. So at least the Sixers. I mean, they had a plan. They
I like
ended up
quickly.
if you look at the names on paper, I mean, you guys should have been better than what's transpired, right? I mean, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Okafor. I mean, I don't know much about Nerlens Noel when he came out, but Markel
Trash.
Fultz. Well, it's easy to say
Injured.
now. I mean, yeah, he was, but
No, because Nerlens. So not to cut you off. I'm sorry, Karan. The problem with the entire process, and even the way the Sixers draft, we have such a bad habit of taking guys that are injured.
Injured. Yep.
Nerlens Noel had literally gotten ACL surgery 2
So, I mean,
months
you
before
add in
the
all those
draft.
names and the fact that you had Drew Holiday, you had Ben Simmons before he, lost it, and then you had
Andre
Embiid.
Iguodala.
Yeah, you had some
Iggy.
guys. I mean, it should have transpired into something, at least a conference final or at least some playoff runs, things like that, and it never did. So that's not something I would want. I wouldn't want to experience, 4 or 5 years of just tanking just to have that as a result. Now
4 or
we
5.
experienced it, like I said.
We're on year. What are we on? 12.
No,
Yeah,
but listen, you guys were in the playoffs last year, right? I mean, we fought you guys in the playoffs. I mean, it was
guess
a decent team. And I thought this year we thought Philly was going to be very. Listen, I thought Philly was going to be very good trading for
No.
Paul George.
I didn't.
All right, well,
No.
I'm in the minority.
You are.
We got
on
another
that.
super. Like I can name.
That's one thing I don't agree with you on. I called that we're going to be trash, and I think I did say that. But
I can
think
name if you going back on it. Philly did. I really knew like we were really cooked when we went back to the same MO that we have before. We get all-star level guys, like guys that are multiple time all-stars, right at the decline. Paul George is no different than when we signed Elton Brand. Is no different than when we signed Chris Webber. Is no different than when we signed. What's that? I'm missing a big one. Anyway, but like that's the same. We've done this for over 20 years. Like it's bad.
So
and
what
that's
if
the
you
same.
what if you kidnap Paul George and frame Elton Brand and Chris Webber, and then you get him off your books? Like, what's the plan? Because he just fleeced you guys.
He completely fleeced us. The only thing, and it's funny now because you guys know, like obviously we know they talk about Philly fans that we're a little reckless. I'll admit, but I hold it. Whatever.
A little.
I wear it on the chest. But some Philly fan, Paul George, I just saw he was on a podcast. I think he was with Gilly and Wallow, or it was with Mello. You're right. Yes, thank you.
MGM in Brooklyn.
And they called him out. Someone was like, "Dag, for all this, we could have just kept Tobias Harris straight to his face." And I was like, "But they were right. If
Yeah.
you look at the numbers, even obviously we know Detroit had a year like Detroit came up. Tobias had better numbers than PG and played way more games. Like I honestly, I feel like
played well in the playoffs.
He played very well. You know what I mean? He did his thing. My only problem, I'm not one of the Sixers fans that fries Tobias. Everyone in Philly hates Tobias because they're mad that it wasn't Jimmy Butler. But that's not Tobias's fault. They offered him a contract, and Jimmy Butler got set packing because Ben Simmons didn't like him, hands down. But the problem that we had with Tobias while he was here, we never used Tobias right. Tobias had 1 year where we actually used him to the strength, and that was the first year. Unfortunately, we got that bum Doc Rivers as the coach. But Doc had his best year under Doc previously. You're right. He had his best year under Doc previously when he was with the Clippers. He was an All-Star that year. I think he was an All-Star snub the first year we had Doc, but he was cooking. He was averaging like 18 like I think like 9 and 6, and it was like our third option. He was frying that year. He was great. But they after that they put him in the corner, and then you want to make him guard the other team's best player. That's not Tobias. It's not going to work. And we saw they put him right back. You know, he's a great coach now in Detroit, and he put him right back in where he's supposed to fit, and he has a monster year. And now he's a vet, telling everybody just to get in their place. You know, I'm not saying Detroit's going to make a big massive leap, but they got a young core, they got squads.
I feel like they
Yeah,
already
They
did.
got a
listen,
squad.
some
They
teams
already
do it
did,
right.
and,
Some
and they're
teams do
going
it
That's
to,
right.
right.
and they're
That's
going to
right.
add. They're definitely going to add to that roster this year.
Facts.
So
I mean,
Facts.
Dude,
I
think
don't
about
think.
think
Go
about
ahead.
OKC. Think about Houston. Like there's like capital P process, which was made famous by Philly, and then there's like actually not being stuck in this no man's land that I've had
Yeah.
10 years to experience. Like you
Yeah.
do have to bottom out, and then you got to get it right. Like
You
if you
got to get it
draft
right.
bad, you can't. There's no way to do that. Really, Juice, hearing you talk about it, what Philly screwed up is like the second part of it. It was like always bringing in the wrong guy, using their assets incorrect. Like I think going and getting a bunch of lotto balls is still the best way to relevancy, as we see by
Yeah.
OKC, as we see by Houston. So I don't know. I think the Bulls need to grow a pair and do it. I think we need 2 years off to try to get one of those top picks.
But the key is you got to pick right. And now I will say the biggest thing, the part that a lot of people don't talk about with the process, we fired Colangelo after the year 3. He was the start of the process. So then you move another GM in, and he's making like he's going the complete opposite way. So I don't think they gave it enough time to really work. And everyone I think for this kind of situation, you can't fire someone in the middle of it. Like it made absolute no sense to me.
Let
yeah,
me.
you
But
didn't
here
let
we
him.
are.
You didn't let him execute his plan all the way through.
Exactly. It was dumb.
I
It
got
was
a.
Would you?
really dumb.
I have a question for all you guys though, because again, obviously, it's most recently happened to my team, right? But we all know it can happen to any team at any given moment, which is, and especially in basketball, but in football too, right? Hey, we're gonna give this guy $60 million. Oh crap, he's hurt and he's out for the year. Our team's screwed, right? A third of our money is going to this guy. Something I've thought about that I really want your guys' opinion on. A lot of these NBA players, whether it's from investments or crypto or from sponsorships or shoe deals, the money these guys make from basketball, some of them make that yearly with their deals with Under Armour or Nike or Powerade or whatever the case may be. Do you guys think that these guys are just taking too much from the pie over here when they already are getting enough over here and it's hurting their chances to win championships now?
Well,
With the way
look
the
what Jalen
NBA
Brunson just did. Look what Jalen Brunson just did. Look how much money he just left on the table to get to get Mikal Bridges on our team, and now look at us. So yeah,
If Brunson had waited till this year, he would have gotten a lot more money than he jumped the gun and signed the extension last year. Which again, I love him to death for it because it helped us get the guys that we got this off season. So
And that's the one thing what Topher and Karan just said about like supporting how Brunson moved is the reason. Like, even though I think he's a great player, I will always love Brunson because Brunson, compared to a lot of the guys that you look at as stars, Brunson is a hooper. A lot of these other guys are athletes that are
Yeah.
good businessmen.
so I guess
And
because he took such a pay cut, he doesn't have as big as head as people think.
he doesn't have a big head at all. He doesn't have a big head at all. Like
Yeah?
not even a little bit. I mean Rick Ramon might disagree,
I
but
am
No, there's
7 and
people in the
5 8.
chat
You
that
see
might
it? Look at the
disagree.
straps on this. I got a big dome. I can't be talking
listen,
crap.
he got a big forehead, and his dreads make his head look big when he has a hat on. All right, he got a big forehead. Leave my guy alone.
but to the point what Rick was saying, like
Got a 5
I
head.
a lot of these guys. I really think that's the problem of the NBA. I was listening so one of another podcast I listen to all the time is All the Smoke, and they had one episode with KG, Gilbert Arenas, of course Matt and Stack on there, and that was the whole content or the whole uh the whole
Topic.
topic behind. I'm sorry, I'm tired of crap. Topic behind
I am too, man.
the podcast that day. They were like talking about the difference of guys that are coming into the league now. It seems like you're seeing more guys who are athletes, but they're athletes that are better businessmen and or that are businessmen versus being hoopers. But back in the day, the only thing they cared about was rolling out the ball. Like who's I want to know who's the best.
Yeah.
Now these guys are coming, and I'm not saying they're wrong for it. Like obviously, it's a business. You are the business if you are reached that level, and you should make as much money as you can, do whatever you can for the generations of your family. I'm not saying they're wrong in that mindset, but you can feel the difference. Like guys that are coming out, like I don't. There's not too many, as we've all said, nonstop. How many real killers are left in the league? And that's why I think most of us are having a harder time really watching the games as much anymore because it's not as entertaining. Like I think the tear we're watching now, I'm loving watching Halliburton because I feel like this whole fire is because of that whole he's overrated. You guys heard about the anonymous poll they had with the players, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
they they listed him as the most overrated player in the league. He is frying right now because this man is hot, and everybody's got to catch. It doesn't matter. Everybody's catching work. Clearly, we're seeing it. It's unfortunate because now we had a whole remake from Reggie's choke situation. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Just because Halliburton is killing this way, if they beat you guys, I'm probably buying that T-shirt. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Hey, it's all
not even
good.
gonna lie.
It's all good. And Hallie up. He's gonna one up him too because I don't think Reggie won that series. I think Knicks won that series, right, Karan?
Was it a series?
The choke series, right? The Knicks won. The 8
Yeah.
points in 8 seconds, the Knicks lost that series. It's two different. It was two different time frames. I think the series where he put the choke sign on, the Knicks won that series.
They
But
did
the
win that
following
series.
year,
But
he
the
scored
single
8 points
game
in
from
8
the
seconds.
initial choke, he won.
And how many championships did it result in?
Yeah,
That goose egg.
Here comes the Boston fan. I always want to talk about chips. Like,
Juice, yeah. The one thing I'll say, if SGA and Halliburton, if we have this conversation in 10 years and it ends up being what we think it's going to be, those are two dogs. I think those guys have a
dogs,
decade
dogs.
being, old school, competent point guards, score first, like one score first, one's pass first. Like those guys are everything that is great about the NBA, I think. And they have a long run coming.
I think
I'm
it's
just saying
crazy.
though,
I think it's
the
I think it's
Celtics I'm
crazy. All these
watching.
guys. Go ahead,
Topher,
Matt. I mean, Rick. Go ahead.
but I'm saying though, you guys are next in line, and Philly, even though they're all injured, you guys are good. You're winning. You're healthy. Philly's not. Both you guys have very expensive rosters that are only going to get more expensive. And guess what they're going to do to your team? Tear it down, just like they're
we're
doing to
built.
us.
I think Rose and them are building us the right way. I think they're doing the right thing. I think they have a plan, and we
Slick
are
Rick.
we are ahead of schedule. We weren't supposed to go to the finals this year. We're definitely ahead of schedule.
You're not going to the finals this year.
Yeah, but we're ahead of schedule. Did you have us in the Eastern Conference Finals? Did anybody have? That's the other thing too. Did anybody really have Indiana beating us? I mean, really? I know all of a sudden we got a bunch of people happy and talking in the chat now because their teams suck and they gotta root against ours. But
Honestly,
a couple weeks ago when we were winning and beating Boston, that thing was dead. That chat was dead, and now they're all happy and chirping. But did anybody really? I think everybody had
after
it.
watching Indiana handle the Cavs the way they did. Honestly, I think anybody left in the East was getting the smoke. To be
Really?
honestly,
I didn't hear anybody say that. I mean,
I think it was a toss-up. I think it was not like it was when the Knicks played the Celtics. It was 100%. Everyone thought the Celtics were going to just like the Knicks were going to get swept, gentleman sweep. Maybe if the moon and the stars align right, the Knicks would get 2 wins out of it.
Yeah, we were going to get slaughtered like pigs. That's what I
think
remember.
With this series, listen, am I confident? I thought the Knicks would win. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, all Knicks fans said Knicks in 7 or Knicks in 6.
Yeah, we weren't.
I think it was definitely more of a split. Even if you look at like all the quote unquote experts that picked the series, and I think it was right down the middle. It was like 6-5 or 5-4. I mean, it wasn't like it's an obvious the Knicks are going to win this series or it's an obvious the Pacers are going to win this series. I think it was the Pacers were 1 game worse than the Knicks in the regular season. The Knicks were the 3 seed, had 51 wins. The Pacers were the 4 seed, had 50 wins.
Yeah.
So it was literally 1 game. They're very 2 evenly matched teams, and they're hot right now.
Knicks fans,
playing well, and
we're blowing through halftime. I want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we should.
There's only 3 ways this series goes. There's only 3 ways, right? Either you're going to lose tomorrow at home, or you win. There's a couple ways it can go. Either way, you're either gonna
I
run
was
the
about to say,
table
how we getting
and
three,
win
my
this
guy?
thing, or you're not.
Brunson
What
said they
It's
better
a
happens
not
if you
let
loss
lose
us.
at
or a
home
win. That
tomorrow?
too.
Yeah,
What
all I
happens
know
if
is
you lose at home tomorrow? What happens if
what
you lose at
happens.
home tomorrow? What
What happens,
happens?
Nick?
How
What
sad are you guys going to be like? Hey, we had a great season. Hey, it was fun
Listen,
times. Are you guys going to be
this is what
sad?
Yo.
I was. Do you want me to give you my take? This is what I was trying to say. Patty wrote it down. He wanted to know my take. All year I said I thought the Knicks were going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I was disappointed we didn't get to play you last year. You were disappointed we didn't get to play you last year. I felt that we were going to play you in the Eastern Conference Finals. It didn't map out like that, but we got what we wanted. We played you healthy and we beat you. I thought we were going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's where we are. So if we lose this series, which it looks like we're going to, yes, I'm disappointed. We had a great season, but we're right where it's another building block, just like what Detroit's doing. We're right back next year. We're going to build. We're going to add to our bench, and we're going to be in the same spot next year, competing to go to the finals. We're not going anywhere. We're here to stay. The window just opened. So yeah, I want to win, and I think we can win tomorrow night. Absolutely, 100% we can win. Don't let us win tomorrow night. Don't let us win tomorrow night and then go get Game 6. I'll be like you guys. That's what you guys were saying when we were up on you 3-1. Anything can happen. You let us win tomorrow night and we go there and get Game 6. Look out.
Yeah, we won Game 5 and then we got shellacked in Game 6.
You got shellacked, and I know you did. You did.
Yo,
and
you guys
and
did
you
get
know
smacked.
why? And you know why you got smacked? Because you thought it was cute to put Brunson on Teletron, and then he gave you that smirk and that wave because he knew he wasn't coming back to Boston.
Listen,
That's what happens when you
I
talk
might buy
smack.
that T-shirt, Juice, if we make it all the way.
Yeah,
I might buy that shirt.
I'd rather have
No
that
matter
than
what, I might buy that shirt because that was in Boston. So we forever have that memory.
and
Bye,
you can
buddy.
hang it in the banner. With
I'll hang it right behind me for next week when we have the
will.
podcast. Don't
Yes.
Damn
worry.
right. Damn right.
Eastern Conference
Yeah.
finalist banner right there,
Hey.
2025, right there.
We're taking the steps, dude. We're on our way, and you're
Better
going
than this one
backwards.
since 72 and 73. I'll take what I can get, man. If we lose tomorrow, it depends. You know, I'll be upset that they blew 3 games at home in this series. Not gonna lie, I'll be angry if we lose tomorrow at home because we lost every game at home in this series at home. They weren't good at home throughout the whole playoff. If that's the case, I mean, they lost a couple of games to Detroit. I know they lost 1 game to Boston at home, and now if we lose at home tomorrow to Indy, I mean, the Garden is supposed to be like our place. So yeah, that would leave a very bad taste in your mouth if we lose tomorrow night. But if we win and eventually lose the series, would I be upset in that moment? Yeah, of course, because we're so close to achieving something that no one thought. We're so close to winning the Eastern Conference, which hasn't happened in a long time. But I think when you look back on it, like after you kind of digest the way the series goes, you know, probably when we're sitting here next week and if the series is over and the season's over, then we'll look back on it and say, you know, it was a hell of a ride. It was a hell of a run. It's been the most fun I've had as a Knicks fan in a long time. So that's just my, you know, 2 cents on it if that's the way it unfolds. But hopefully we're sitting here and we have a Game 7 on Monday night. I'm hoping, God willing.
And I will be there. I told him.
Where's there?
I told him. Well, if they would have won last night,
right outside the Garden, I'm watching from the watch.
If they would have won last night, me and him were going to the watch party, and I was getting Mark, and we were meeting, and I was taking Friday off, 100%. So if there's a game Monday, I'll see you Monday.
Karan,
I'll be there.
Karan, do you want that smoke with basketball? Because apparently Topher and Mark do, and so I've already been getting my jump shots up. So do you want that smoke?
Do I want to play you one-on-one in basketball? Is that what you're asking?
I'm playing.
Yeah.
I'm on. I'm
sure.
back.
I'd love to play you. Sure, why not?
Nah, I'm in. Check rock.
Let's go. I took that personal, Rick. You got me out of retirement. I'm going to get myself in shape. I'm ready.
Will that make you feel better for Boston? You take your frustrations out on the Celtics and Tatum blowing his Achilles by beating some of us in basketball. If you think that's what's going to do it for you, then sure, let's have a game.
Let's have a game. Hey, is there a chance that
look at it?
We should actually do that. We should.
You just broke my brain. Honest to God, I've hosted a lot of episodes. I don't think I've ever been left speechless before. Let's have a.
We could have our clashing conferences like 3-on-3 stuff or something. We could have some fun, man.
Oh, we're doing King of the
That'd be
Ring
good for the YouTube.
I ain't running full court.
We use the Boston Garden.
I'll be 47 in like 2 weeks. I'm not running full court.
No, Matt, how many tickets do you think you can help us sell for this?
Jeez, I don't. You guys, you guys need a 5'7" power four who never learned how to dribble or play point guard? Because then I'm in too. Then
All right.
Yeah, I
Let's
love
go.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. Classic
You're definitely
Conferences,
welcome.
King of the Ring
Hey, Steve, I
basketball
think you just
tournament.
got tonight's title. Just so you know, I think you just got tonight's title. Let's have a game.
Let's have a game.
Yeah. Let's have a game. Sponsored by defibrillators and
And FlipSeats.
there you go.
And
There you go.
FlipSeats.
then right at the bottom, this will be where it says not sponsored by FlipSeats.
Yeah,
I'll bring the tequila guys for the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
now we're talking.
We're definitely going to need that after the game.
So again, content manager's probably sitting there going, what in the blue hell is happening tonight? But ladies and gentlemen, we're just doing things a little differently because, you know what, why not? So we didn't take a halftime. We're not doing Mad Libs. You know what I mean? Last week was the Celtics just coming on, getting absolutely berated and smashed on by Randy. Great job by Randy, by the way. But now this week,
great job,
it was the
Randy.
Knicks coming on and having to answer the hard-hitting questions that we, the people, wanted to hear. I think they did a good job. I don't know. Matt, Juice, what do you think?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always the hardest part when you know the end is near. But you know, they're wearing it on their chest. They're taking the L like men. We appreciate it.
Fair.
I appreciate that, Juice, but it ain't over yet.
Yep. And
I
This
don't
whole
want to wait till
conversation.
tomorrow. You guys know I don't say too much in the chat. The second they take this out tomorrow, I'm gonna send it. The fat lady has sung.
I know.
At that second.
I know it's coming. Not tomorrow night, though. Not tomorrow night.
You heard here, folks. Topher just said Knicks will lose. Fat lady will sing.
No, I said not tomorrow night.
Oh, just later. Just
Not in New York.
Okay.
We're getting this one.
It's
Yeah, at
definitely
some
happening
point.
in New York. Definitely happening in New York. Lots of sad people in New York. Karan, are you going to that game tomorrow?
I'm not.
Okay, good. Good. I don't want people messing with that hair. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hybrid weird episode. We got a lot of guys out here with a lot of children that need to go to bed, a lot of wives and dinners that need to be eaten, and a lot of people that have a lot of homework they need to get done. So again, we're gonna sign off to what's the whoa, bro?
No, just keep going. Do your
Homework
thing,
is
do your thing.
what? We're trying to help it. We're a community. We're a community, man, trying to help out. Okay? I
love
understand I understand that might be foreign to some of these uppity Knicks fans, okay? But again, before we go, I'd like to thank our guest Matt for joining us tonight. Matt, thank you for coming
Absolutely.
on.
Thanks for having me, boys. Yeah, this is a blast. Yeah.
No,
Thanks.
it was awesome having you, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. We would love to have you back anytime. Again, if you watch or follow any of the sports, we do baseball, we do fighting, we do football, we do all kinds of stuff. So again, Matt, if you'd like to come back and join us, it doesn't have to be just for basketball.
I dig it. Yeah. If you guys ever need any ticket questions answered, ticket insights, shoot. You know where to find me. So yeah, happy to help.
Beautiful.
Will do. Will do.
Awesome. Well, again, we're the Clash of Conferences. Come join us. We are doing big things, and we are growing by the day, ladies and gentlemen. You can catch us on every single streaming platform that they have out there. You can catch us on any social platform. You can catch us on Instagram, on Twitter, how many of them do you run, Topher? Like 15 of them, something like that? Or
Yeah.
yeah,
Sure.
about that, whatever. So again,
Sure.
we got all kinds of cool stuff going on. But again, come join us. We've been having a whole bunch of cool guests. And again, we've got the swag wheel. Don't forget that, ladies and gentlemen. Swag
Okay,
wheel.
swag.
Mm-hmm.
Get some B&B swag, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So again,
do it.
Clash of Conferences. But again, it's about that time. Topher, you want to sign us off?
If the Knicks lose, there's that dumb shit again.
Oh, they will lose. They will. Boom, boom, boom.